The stage is set, and we are ready to go.
I ain't raised a quitter. They said I can do it.
Throw it down, big fella. Unbelievable shot.
Hey, precision.
The move.
Persistence.
The finish. Beautiful basketball.
I ain't even close to finish. Whoa, this is the beginning. Hey, this is the beginning.
How good is this rivalry?
It's going to be rocking in here.
Let the celebration begin.
And we welcome you to opening night in college basketball and the 72nd season of it in the Atlantic Coast Conference. We're at Smith Center in Chapel Hill. Number 9, North Carolina, ready to take the floor, make their debut in Hubert Davis's 4th year in their 26th meeting all time against Elon. And great to be with Corey Alexander Westerom. We welcome you courtside in Chapel Hill. It's a new look Carolina team, Corey, because for the first time since March of 2019, there's no Armando Bacot.
And for the first time since Hubert Davis was the head coach at the University of North Carolina, there's no Armando Bacot, who, of course, left the Tar Heels as the all-time leader in rebounds and second in scoring. Of course, Mr. Double-Double here in Chapel Hill. However, the cupboard is not bare for the Tar Heels at all.
Some exciting freshmen, and oh, by the way, the reigning ACC Player of the Year and the first consensus All-America since 2017 is back in R.J. Davis.
And R.J. Davis added 10 pounds of muscle to his frame to attack the defenses that he will see this season after leading the ACC in scoring over 21 points per game last year, poised for an even bigger 5th year here in Chapel Hill.
Corey had a little bit of a back issue early in the preseason, missed the scrimmage against Memphis, the exhibition, I'm sorry. Then came back and played a few minutes in the exhibition against Johnson C. Smith and had 15 points to lead this basketball team.
He absolutely is ready to lead, but one of the things that North Carolina found out in R.J. Davis's absence is Seth Trimble has grown. 33 for him in that exhibition against Memphis, so now another reliable scorer for Hubert Davis.
Billy Taylor's in his 3rd year at Elon in the Coastal Athletic Association, and there's their top returning player, T.K. Simpkins, a 6'4" junior from Brooklyn, who had a strong finish a season ago and averaged, as you see, just under 14 points a game. He's a preseason all-conference selection for the Phoenix. Elon went 13-19 a season ago for Taylor. Carolina went 29-8, and they open their respective campaigns here tonight at Smith Center in Chapel Hill. It's already been a busy, busy basketball day on this opening day. Women, a lot of ladies action started the day, including USC and Ole Miss in Paris. We've had some ACC action already in the books tonight. Duke a winner at home.
Morning game here. We got a game here in Chapel Hill.
Absolutely.
Guys going at 11 a.m.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, at 9 p.m. though, they're still rocking here in the Dean Dome, ready to start this season off the right way.
Yep. There's a look at Elliot Cadeau in his sophomore season. And he'll start with Davis, Withers, Seth Trimble, and Jalen Washington. At 6'10", the junior from Gary, Indiana, and he's going to draw, you see, 7'4", Matthew Van Coleman, a grad transfer from Utah, who steps in the center circle. Mike Kitts works tonight with Trey Steins and Roger Ayers, and the Tar Heels have it first.
Expecting to see a lot of zone from the Phoenix in this game, however, starting off man-to-man.
And Cadeau. How about a 3? Elliot Cadeau hit just 19% a year ago.
That's already shown sign of improvement for Elliot Cadeau and the confidence to step up and take that 3 on the first possession of the regular season.
Andrew King, this is Sam Sherry working against Withers and up and under.
Billy Taylor was excited about Sherry and what he did last season and how he has improved his game over the summer.
Here is Cadeau on the drive. Lob inside, Washington to catch. Cadeau thought about it. R.J. Davis will. And hit. Wow, pair of 3s from Carolina early. Sherry well out against Withers. We're going to see 2 big guys tonight. Sam Sherry for Elon And certainly Jalen Washington for Carolina, Corey, they were very comfortable shooting threes.
Absolutely, as is Jalen Washington, who will have more confidence to do that for Carolina this year.
Yep, three ball good.
Speaking of comfortable,
is Nick Dorn.
And Dorn, who was a standout from beyond the arc, made 60 three-point field goals last year for the Phoenix. Off to a good start this season.
Yep, first basket for Nick Dorn. There's another Davis three. It spins out. Sherry the rebound. Let's see what Elon can do. This is TK Simpkins. And now Andrew King a three. Cadeau the rebound, and Carolina looks to run here. Now Trimble going to work on King into traffic and layup good. Boy, Seth Trimble averaged just 5 points a year ago. Feels like that number will double at least. Three ball from out on the right is good for TK Simpkins.
And you see the Phoenix not fearful at all stepping into the Dean Dome, looking very confident on the offensive end.
Elon averaged almost 9 threes a game this season. And go! And Trimble is going to get a chance at the rare 4-point play.
WD, Seth Trimble, offensively, completely different guy this year. We talked about him in the Memphis exhibition game, 33 points for him with no R.J. Davis on the floor. They talked about how he took over in the second half. He's already started taking over here in this first half, knocking down the three with the contact. And Seth Trimble off to a great start here in his third season in Chapel Hill.
Free throw bounds out for Trimble. He was 67% a year ago. Carolina was almost 76 as a team, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. Foul was on Nick Dorn. Game's first. Here is Sherry against Withers. Billy Taylor would like to move it up and down the floor. They averaged almost 74 points a year ago, and there's a foul on Davis as TK Simpkins was able to get him to fight on a head fake baseline. First on Davis, first on Carolina.
One of the things you see, TK Simpkins very aggressive early. And when you're coming into this building, oftentimes there's a lot of awe, right? Billy Taylor didn't bring his team in for shoot around today, but they came here to practice last night because he didn't want his guys to be starstruck coming into the Dean Dome. And they don't look phased at all stepping into this arena with a very rowdy crowd here to start the season. The Phoenix have come in very confident.
All right, how much of that, though? He's got 9 guys back on his roster from a year ago.
And that means a lot. Not only that, I mean, we talked to Billy Taylor pregame. How many teams can say that they retained 9 players from a year ago? But those 12 of their 16 a year ago were freshmen and sophomores. Right. So those guys have grown up a bit, and you can see that here in the first 3 minutes of this contest.
And there's the former Notre Dame player, Billy Taylor, now in his 3rd year at Elon, 14th year as a head coach. Kind of been through the trial and error of young teams.
And now we see that zone defensively from Elon. We were expecting to see some of this, and so was, of course, Hubert Davis in his North Carolina Tar Heel squad.
There's Washington. 10 to shoot for Davis. Cadeau tees another one up. And Withers the rebound, and the stick back for Jalen Withers. Corey, in all honesty, Jalen Withers has been lost in a lot of the preseason conversation, I think, about Carolina.
Well, and he's been lost in it, but he's going to play a huge part. We talk about his ability to be that stretch 4, but more importantly, to defend on the perimeter and in the post. Jalen Withers saved North Carolina a number of times last year, specifically against his former school, the Louisville Cardinals. When they came to Chapel Hill, Jalen was the guy that got them over the top at the end of that to win the game.
Washington first, second on Carolina. You get a look at Jalen Withers, of course, 4 points, about 4 rebounds, 18 block shots a season ago after transferring from Louisville. Sherry, 63% at the line a year ago. Elon at the stripe was 71-4 in the CAA. Another thing the Phoenix are trying to do is build some momentum with road wins. They won 3 road games a year ago, and all of them came late in the year. As Corey told you, the roster was indicative of that. Inside, Washington had it blocked. Van Komen, the big fella, at 7-4, pushed it back.
That's what the Phoenix were missing last year was rim protection, but this is exactly what they had, 3-point shooting. Dorn knocking down his second.
Three ball for Nick Dorn. Elon by a point. There's Davis with a drive, and in transition, he's got 5. Well, Carolina moved early.
One thing about North Carolina, makes or misses. They hard running.
Live turnover, Trimble on the drive, left it on the front rim.
Seth should have given that one up a little bit earlier.
Here's King in the corner. Simpkins blocked by Cadeau, and we'll get a break.
We might need a break, WD. There's some action going on in here. 15-14. Just over 4 minutes being played. These teams are getting at it. Speaking of getting at it, Elliot Cadeau getting in the block column in transition for the Heels.
We welcome you back to Chapel Hill. It is opening night in the ACC and in college basketball, but we're doing so tonight with a heavy heart because in August we lost a very, very good basketball official and a better person. Ramey Steins passed away suddenly in August, and Corey, to tell you it's a loss in the officiating world is one thing. To tell you it's a loss of a friend is another, because this guy worked a long time at a very high level in college basketball.
And Ramey and I talk more about baseball than we did.
That's exactly right.
He was my travel partner, and you can see this young man in the middle, Trey Steins, his son, he was extremely proud of.
Yep.
And last year making his debut in the ACC as an official, as you see our officials wearing bands as well as the Ramey Steins patch on their jackets.
Yep. And a moment of silence here in the Smith Center tonight before we started, and our thoughts are with all of Ramey's family and friends as we start this new college basketball season tonight, and we will miss him desperately. A wonderful, wonderful person. There is Cade Tyson on the floor for the first time, and so is Ben Allen Lubin. Here's Tyson, a catch and shoot. A little strong, and Lubin tried to keep it alive, and it will belong to Elon. And a nice touch tonight. Trey Steins is one of our 3 officials here tonight working. He worked hard to move into the ranks, as Corey told you, in the last couple of years, and it's great to have him here tonight on a heartfelt night for a lot of people in college basketball toward his death.
I can remember talking about Trey, and I didn't even know, as he makes the call along the baseline, I didn't know it was Ramey's son doing the game. And so I see the names, and of course Steins stands out, and I'm like, wait, is this Ramey's son?
Yeah.
And so I'm talking about on the game, so of course Ramey starts texting me during the game that, that's my boy. You could just see him just glowing with pride watching his son officiate again.
Yep. And we got a good one here. Elon, some hot shooting. And Carolina now, Drake Powell and Ian Jackson on the floor for the first time in their Tar Heel debut tonight. 8 to shoot. And the 3 ball from Ian Jackson bounds away.
One thing,
it was saved momentarily to Juan Simpkins, but he couldn't control it, and it will stay with Carolina here.
Well, one thing you see from both these teams, neither of them fearful of shooting the 3. We know Elon wants to get out in transition and shoot the 3, and of course Hubert Davis wants his team to be the fastest playing team in the country, and they're not bashful from beyond the 3-point arc either.
So you got Drake Powell, RJ Davis, there's Ian Jackson wearing number 11, Cade Tyson wears 5, and Ben Allen Lubin. These are 4 basically brand new Tar Heels with RJ Davis. 8 to shoot now. Davis on the pull up. And Ben Allen Lubin got boxed out down there by Nick Dorn.
And what you're seeing is the difference in this year's North Carolina team. You don't have that offensive rebounding force by Armando Bacot to track down a lot of those misses, especially on the long 3s that you often see.
Kick out to Sherry, the big fellow on the drive, and score. Sam Sherry with his 5th point in this first half on his 2nd field goal.
And without Bacot also, you don't see the rim protection that you've had for North Carolina over the last 5 seasons. So the difference with this North Carolina team, they have more firepower on the perimeter, but on the interior, that's what's going to be the telltale story of what happens this year for the Tar Heels.
10 to shoot for RJ Davis. Carolina's missed their last 5 shots from the floor. Bounce pass. Ben Allen Lubin the dunk off the nice feed.
That absolutely helps. RJ Davis doing a great job penetrating against the zone, not settling for a jump shot, getting a shot at the rim.
This is Andrew King, who's a transfer from UIC. And that's Tawan Simpkins, the younger brother of TK Simpson. I'd say twin brother. And here's Davis off the turnover. Powell in the corner for Ian Jackson. Feels like Tar Heel fans are holding their breath every time Ian Jackson touches. It's Sherry the rebound off the Davis mix.
Yeah, he's that exciting, but they will get to know him as Cap. Soon he will be called Captain Jack.
And a 3-ball from Sherry pushes the Phoenix lead.
And what, Sherry looks very comfortable.
Yep.
Coming in, and Billy Taylor's strategy of making sure his team was not starstruck or awe-stricken coming into the Dean Dome has absolutely worked because they've come out very confident.
There's Powell at the foul line. It bounds away. Rebound pulled down by Sherry. He and Isaac Harrell tangling underneath. And now King. Simpkins for Dorn. And boy, Jackson reached in, almost knocked it away. Sherry with 8 to shoot. And the left-handed Tawan Simpkins in this jump shot. Ahead for Tyson. And blocked out by Tawan Simpkins. So that's going to get us a timeout in Chapel Hill. Phoenix had used some sharp shooting from the perimeter. Elon by 2. Well, the landscape of Carolina's roster has changed, and these freshmen are going to make an impact, particularly the top 2 guys, Corey, Captain Jackson and Drake Powell.
Yeah, they add to the total of McDonald's All-Americans for North Carolina, and you bring in 2 explosive, dynamic, not only athletes, but great basketball players to go into the mix with some of the transfers that have entered the fold.
And Hubert Davis has been intentional about his transfer portal work, and in Kate Tyson, Ben Allen Lubin, and Ty Claude, he gets something to address specific needs, right?
You absolutely do. And if Kay Tyson looks familiar to any of it, that's because his brother Hunter Tyson was a big-time performer for the Clemson Tigers. As a matter of fact, was a member of the team for Clemson that finally came into Chapel Hill and got a win, breaking the longest streak pretty much ever.
And on cue, Cade went right up on Van Komen, could not finish at the rim. And here is TK and Tawan Simpkins playing both together. The moment I've been waiting for all night.
There you go.
Yeah, the identical twins. Tawan is 2 and TK is 3.
And Tawan, who was referred to as TJ, does not like to be called that, wants to be called his full first name.
Yeah, TK is Takai. And Billy Taylor says, I just call him Takai and Tawan. There's Drake Powell's first basket as a Tar Heel. Out of Northwood High School in Pittsburgh.
Big moment for Drake Powell, of course, growing up wanting to play for the Tar Heels and realizing his dream to be able to do that for the home state group.
And here is Powell, open floor, with Simpkins trailing.
And that's where Drake Powell and Ian Jackson can both be difference makers for this Tar Heel squad on the defensive end of the floor, causing chaos, as Elliot Cadeau is trying to do right now.
3-point lead for Carolina and a turnover by the Phoenix.
And how about Hubert Davis? Excited on the sideline.
Yep.
Getting the bench involved in the game, celebrating it. The action. Drake Powell gets out off the steal and is able to finish out in transition. Hubert Davis loving the defensive energy his team has shown out of the timeout.
Goes pretty smooth for a freshman.
Not bad. Yep. I can tell you this, WD spent some time with Drake at the Jason Tatum Skills Camp in Vegas this summer. And when I tell you he had a day, he had himself a day. One of the reasons why he's a projected lottery pick in this year's NBA draft.
7 for Trimble.
Carolina having himself a day.
Yeah, Carolina's biggest lead of the first half. As we reach the 10-minute mark. That got blocked away by Van Allen Lubin, and here's Powell with Trimble live. And Billy Taylor needs a timeout. I think you could see this one come from over here, couldn't you?
Hey, we can see it from over here. Whenever Seth Trimble gets an opportunity, you want to throw it to the sky because he can absolutely go get it with the best of them.
Tar Heels by 7. All right, Corey, take us through this.
Well, it starts with the defensive end of the floor. then Allen Lubin with the deflection. And then when you see Seth Trimble out in space, you don't even have to make it a great pass, WD. You just throw it anywhere.
Wow.
He has the ability to go get it.
Man. Trimble's explosiveness flashed at times last year. The bigger the role, the bigger the explosion is going to, I think, occur for Carolina.
Well, let me tell you this. I actually got Seth in trouble. Okay. So I was always talking to him all last season about, hey, you got to stop laying the ball up. I'm watching you. I know how athletic and explosive you are. Go dunk the basketball. So at Media Day this year, Hubert Davis comes in and talking about Seth misses a dunk that could have won the game in practice. And I said, that's my bad, coach.
Foul on Withers as Sherry went to the bounce. Third on Carolina, second on Everett Withers.
But you can see how North Carolina's
Everett Withers, former football coach.
But you see how North Carolina's extended his pressure.
Yeah.
All the way out to half court. They're putting pressure on the Phoenix, making every pass, every play contested.
Nice out of bounds play. Sam Sherry off to a nice start. He's got 10. That's his fourth field goal. Elon snaps the Carolina run. Baseline, there goes Cadeau, and Elliot Cadeau took a fall on the missed shot. And we get the Elon foul.
Cadeau with the quick move, getting to the paint. Both players going for the basketball. Contact down low.
Yeah, Matthew Van Coleman, by the way. His first, second on the Phoenix. And here's Elliot Cadeau at the line, who was just 65% a year ago. He's got 4 points now. He only had one double-figure game in the last 13. Here's my question. How valuable would it be if he could be a 10 to 12 point scorer?
Extremely valuable. And I believe he will absolutely do that in his second year because he becomes more comfortable on the offensive end of the floor. More importantly, understanding when it's time for him to score, when it's time for him to distribute. Remember, Elliot Cadeau reclassed up.
Right.
He skipped his senior year of high school to be here and ended up handing out 150 assists last year for the Tar Heels. So a welcome addition a season ago, but he'll be a much more confident player this year.
Hubert Davis is playing defense with Seth Trimble in front of the Carolina bench, by the way.
That's called a double team.
Yeah. Van Coleman with 5 to shoot. A step and TK Simpkins rattles out the 3. Trimble the rebound. Here's an outlet for Powell, and he will take Simpkins. Got the block on Drake Powell. Elon the other way. A kick out for King. Back for Dorn and a 3. Spun out. Pretty good play at both ends here.
Very good play for the Phoenix. The block shot by Simpkins, and then a great look on the other end by Dorn.
And Cadeau draws the foul from Dorn, which is going to be his second. That'll be the third on Elon. Free throws to come. And while we take a look at Nick Dorn, a quick reminder, after tonight's opening night, we got more ACC basketball for you on the men's card starting Friday night. Number 7 Duke welcomes Army West Point to Cameron Indoor Stadium. And then how about high noon on Saturday? Number 12 Tennessee is at Louisville. That is an interesting game. We're not 5 days into the regular season, Corey. That's an early statement for the ACC and the SEC. We haven't even gotten to the challenge.
It absolutely is that. But how Chris Patola has to be doing that game, correct?
The Army Duke game?
Yes. I mean,
look, it's like me doing Elon, Carolina.
I mean, I get it. Spatola would absolutely have to do that game.
If I'm doing Elon, Carolina, Spatola got to be doing Duke Army, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. Tar Heel lead is 8. Isaac Harrell back on the floor. He's the hero from the win at UNC Wilmington last year. Here is Sherry, who's had a very nice first half and had it deflected around. Jalen Washington recovers. Now Cadeau. Back for Washington. And what the nice slap out by Withers.
The Washington brings that dimension. Armando Bacot, until the end of his career, wasn't much of a three-point shooter.
There's Withers. How about a 3? Only 4 of them a year ago. 5 in the first half for Withers.
And Withers, who has played pretty much from the 5 to the 3 throughout his college career, now settling in at that 4 position, but can be another one of those guys to stretch the defense.
Simpkins on the drive and a foul. And Elon line will have free throws. But Jalen Withers, Corey, literally 4 of 20 a year ago, has got 5 in the first half. Tar Heel lead 11 in Chapel Hill. We welcome you back to Chapel Hill. Corey, on opening night, we probably and Duke 1, Carolina 2, Wake 3 got a vote for first place. That shows you the full 18-team roster. Obviously, that was when Tony Bennett was still coaching Virginia preseason fit. Anybody here surprise you, or anybody you think folks ought to look for early, maybe here in the first couple of weeks?
I honestly believe that Pittsburgh and North Carolina State are better than 7 and 8. Now, I'm not sure where they fall in this mix, but Wake Forest with that one first place vote, I believe going to surprise a lot of people this year. A lot of returning firepower for Steve Forbes' this group. I think they're poised to get into the NCAA tournament, where I feel like they were wrongfully left out last season.
Yeah.
But a lot of that, of course, had to do with the narrative of the ACC being down, which the ACC once again proved in the NCAA tournament that it was just as good a conference as any by having 4 representatives in the final 16 team.
And Simpkins, TK hit them both. He's got 7 now in this first half. Sherry leads Elon. He's got 10.
Back to the zone, which is successful for the Phoenix defensively.
Yeah. Boy, they play Isaac Harrell at 6'8", right in the center of it.
Yeah, this is a different zone. This is more of a 3-2 look, but it morphs into a man.
Oh! Jalen Withers from up around the banners.
But we heard Hubert Davis say, when they go zone, we're going to run this action. So he told them in the timeout, if they come out in a zone, we are going to look for the lob, executed to perfection by his group.
Wow. Here's the drive. King feeding inside. And that's Campbell, who couldn't get it to go, the sophomore from Atlanta. And outlet pass stolen. And TK Simpkins firing for 3.
Love the confidence right there.
Yeah.
Why bother going inside that line? You get more to be out here for 3. Billy Taylor loves his team shooting the 3 ball, over 20 a game last season.
Jalen Withers trying to capitalize on the dunk, and does with another 3.
And that's his second 3 he's hitting that corner, and also the second time he's turned around. Just had a little commentary for the Elon bench.
Man, he's got 10. He leads Carolina all of a sudden. 5 in a row by Withers. The Tar Heel lead back to 11. And there's a turnover, and Davis couldn't control it. It banged into the official.
But Simpkins lost his shoe. Doesn't stop him from pulling up a 3, though.
Nope, and out of bounds. And TK's going to get a chance to retrieve his Curry over there by the scorer's table. Look at this dunk.
Beautiful find, but great execution by the Tar Heels. And Hubert Davis absolutely recognizing what they needed, when they needed it, and Jalen Withers delivering from the corner. Another 3 for him. 5 straight points for Jalen Withers, is now in double figures, but doing the job on the glass, not only in the scoring column.
Carolina's hit 7 of their last 9 from the floor. Simpkins finally gets the sneaker relaced. And Van Allen Lubin has come onto the floor now.
Back to a man-to-man defensively for the Phoenix.
The ball screen gets Davis to the right. Poked away by Simpkins. He's had a nice first half here. Corey has not backed down at all.
Not at all. You wouldn't expect 1 to 2. Of course, when you got a twin brother, you're not backing down from anybody.
Withers. And a foul will be ticketed to the Phoenix here, and it's on the sophomore, Kendall Campbell. It'll be his first. It is the 4th on Elon.
Speaking of twins, I know I probably shouldn't do this during a North Carolina game, but how about the younger twin, Cooper Flagg, with a big-time debut against the team that his older by 1 minute brother twin, H. Flagg, has committed to play for next season.
Yeah. Missed 3. Sherry the rebound. And now King. Sam Sherry launches. And R.J. Davis in the fray to pull the rebound away. Cadeau in transition. Lob, and Jackson finishes off the right side for his first bucket as a Tar Heel.
Elliot Cadeau could put up one of those big-time assists years this year. We've seen so many North Carolina point guards do very well.
7 assists already, Corey. Here's Davis for Ian Jackson again. 5 in a row for Jackson. 5 in a row for Withers. 5 in a row for Jackson. Carolina's got their largest lead at 16 with under 5 to play first half.
And you get a 3. And you get a 3. We all get a 3. That's the way it's flying here at Chapel Hill.
Corey, Elliott Cadeau on a heater here in the first half with 7 assists.
He is dropping dimes, and more importantly, North Carolina with only 1 turnover, which means that they're taking care of the basketball. Hubert Davis says they control their own transition defense. They take good shots. If they don't turn the basketball over, they will find themselves in a great position. Now Elliott Cadeau 7 assists. Elon only has 4 as a team, and North Carolina has 16 field goals made with 12 assists. That's a pretty good ratio. 75%. I know you're an Elon grad. Math wasn't necessarily your thing. You're a communications guy, but
yeah, well
75% of their shots.
That's well said. Of course, you know, when you've worked together like almost 15 years like you and I have, we can say stuff.
We go way back.
Yeah. I thought Hubert Davis was interesting this afternoon. The personality of his team. And he talked about something that I think is really important in college basketball. It doesn't get discussed enough. And you know this from being around the game so much. There's King on the drive. And Braden Crump is coming in. Young man redshirted a year ago for Billy Taylor. There's a kick out. And Nick Dorn a 3. He's got 9 all on triples in the first half. The communication piece, if Hubert Davis feels like that's getting better with his team, Corey, Carolina's going to be really interesting to watch in the first month of the regular season.
And he said his first day that he really heard them, like they were truly talking, was yesterday. Yeah. He said it's been this long and it's gradually gotten a little better, but he really heard them yesterday, thought their communication was great. And I told him, I said, well, I can tell you right now, I know one guy that's never going to be quiet, and that would be Captain Jack.
Yeah. There's Dorn on the drive. Nick Dorn, another basket. He's got 11 now in the first half.
You know, WD, one of the things that Hubert was comparing it to was a season ago where you've got Armando Bacot, Harrison Ingram, and Cormac Lyon. 3 big-time talkers, guys that communicated very well. So the difference in seeing that and what you have now.
And we get a break here. Ball out of bounds. And we'll step aside. We got a foul on Elon. We'll come back to Chapel Hill. Tar Heels by 11. Late stages of half one here in Chapel Hill. Number 9 North Carolina leading Elon 42-31. It's been an interesting first sequence for these Tar Heels, not just in the game, but this schedule. Because, Corey, everybody is interested in Friday night on ESPN2 when the Tar Heels travel to Lawrence, Kansas to see the Jayhawks.
And it's always a gauntlet for UNC each and every year, but it seems to be earlier this year. You think about their second game going to Fog Allen Fieldhouse to play the Kansas Jayhawks right now, number 1 in the country. And then, of course, you've got the Maui Invitational playing Alabama in the SEC ACC Challenge this year, then Florida in Charlotte, and then topping it off with a battle against, of course, the traditional rival in UCLA. So always a big-time schedule.
Powell out of the corner, too strong, missed everything. Jackson the rebound, 10 to shoot. Back for Cade Tyson. Shot fake on Van Coleman. There's Powell, will spot up. And Van Coleman at 7-4 pulls the rebound away for the Phoenix. Braden Crump grew up in Morganton, North Carolina, and he's going to draw the foul, backing into the lane.
That's a one-on-one matchup right there. They see, I think I'm stronger than you. I'm going to back you down.
Cade Tyson's first. 5 on Carolina. And here's Braden Crump, who played at Winston-Salem Christian and then came to campus for Billy Taylor after averaging 11.7 rebounds. He also played for Team United, AAU.
Know about it.
That's George Lynch, I hear. Is that right?
Well, he may have played. George may have been coaching at the time. Yeah. Team United, of course, part of Nike EYBL.
Yep.
My guy said behind the director over there. Also, shoot. Same AU program as 2017 national champion Kennedy Meeks.
There you go. TK Simpkins another drive and bucket. He's now moved into double figures in this first half. So Dorn, Sherry, and Simpkins all in double figures for Billy Taylor. That's an encouraging sign for the coach of the Phoenix. And there's Ben Allen Lubin on his second field goal.
And Ben Allen Lubin has been that offensive rebounding presence that the Tar Heels normally have in their lineup.
Out front, Simpkins for Crump. Back for Simpkins off the screen. And Tawan Simpkins for Crump's three. That's good.
But Crump caught that ready to fire. He was standing ready to shoot, waiting for the basketball to touch his hands. He knew it was going up as soon as he got his hands on it. There was no question about it.
8-point game. We work our way toward 2 minutes. Cade Tyson trying to find range. Missed everything off the baseline. Here's King and Elon in transition. In the corner, 3-ball away, and that's Tawan Simpkins.
But you could see that one coming. No one recognizing Simpkins in the corner as he gets a wide open look to knock down the 3-ball. And just like that, the Phoenix have made it a 5-point game in using their ability from beyond the arc on back-to-back possessions to do so.
First foul on Tawan Simpkins, the twin brother of TK Simpkins. 6th team foul on Elon with 1:51 to go. And Sam Sherry has checked back in for Billy Taylor. Both the Simpkin twins are on the floor with King and Crump. And here's Seth Trimble. And Drake Powell stays on the floor, as does Cadeau. Wow, high dribble, tried to get it to Ben Allen Lubin. 11 to shoot for Cadeau. R.J. Davis with Crump defending. Kick for Trimble on the 3. Got it. Seth Trimble, 12 in the first half and a pair of threes scored.
That was a great play by R.J. Davis, not forcing the action. When you're talking about a guy who has an outside chance of becoming the all-time leading scorer at the University of North Carolina, he doesn't force it and make sure that he's the guy that has to take that shot. He makes a play to get his teammate, Seth Trimble, a look from 3. And, of course, Trimble knocks it down to make it an 8-point game.
First foul on Powell, 16th foul on Carolina. Quick reminder to you, Week 11 in ACC football starts Friday night. Cal and Wake, presented by Dr. Pepper at Deektown. And then Saturday, 3:30 in Raleigh for Duke and NC State, and ACC primetime football in the Steel City, Virginia and Pitt.
Let me guess, you'll be at Pitt, right?
That is correct.
That's because you're prime time.
8 o'clock and always available for you on the ESPN app. Here is Davis in transition. RJ couldn't finish. Withers missed the dunk follow. Elon tries to turn the floor. Tawan Simpkins left it on the front rim. Nick Dorn back to the basket. Couldn't finish. Sherry a 3rd try. Here's R.J. Davis with Trimble. And it rubbed out for him and then blocked out of there in a foul. My goodness.
Let's just say it's the first game of the season, and you can see that on the face of Hubert Davis right now. 3 missed opportunities at the rim. R.J. Davis with the missed layup. Then Jalen Withers can't finish it off on the putback attempt. The Phoenix missed 2 layups on the other end, and then it's Seth Trimble unable to finish on the dunk, but the foul sends R.J. Davis to the free throw line.
Foul was on Andrew King. It's his first. R.J. Davis, first of 2. Now, he was a very good free throw shooter a year ago, 87%. 6 points now for the White Plains, New York native. And Crump will replace Dorn. Remember, Nick Dorn's got 2 fouls, and Billy Taylor certainly doesn't want him to pick up a 3rd before halftime.
R.J. Davis, the all-time leading free throw shooter in the history of the University of North Carolina. But, of course, has a chance to add to his lead or also allow someone to pass him because he's still active.
And TK kicks to Tawan with a floater with the left hand, and we're going to get an Elon foul underneath the basket. I think it's Crump. And it is.
But I love the way Crump has come in and competed in this game. Billy Taylor talked to us about how many of his guys were going to get an opportunity. And we've seen that from both coaches tonight. North Carolina has used 9 different lineups already throughout this game. And that's something that Hubert Davis learned from his predecessor, Roy Williams. Roy would tell us in the non-conference, he's going to give everyone an opportunity to earn minutes. And once you get to conference play, that's when he was. Look at that guy, Roy.
Yep.
Of course, the boss wandered beside him, checking out the game. We had a chance to visit with them earlier today and also see Hubert come up and talk with Coach Williams, who Hubert was talking about how young and vibrant Coach Williams was looking as Hubert showcased his gray beard, saying that Coach Williams was living a stress-free life.
Yeah. Final 22 seconds of the first half. Tar Heel lead is 12 on a 7-0 run here in the last minute. Elon's missed their last 5 shots from the floor, and TK Simpkins going to try and help him with a basket going to the locker room. He does. Sherry on a bounce pass. That got blocked. Here's Drake Powell. Pull up at the horn. Off the rim, and Carolina is going to take a 51-39 lead to the locker room here, Corey, in Chapel Hill.
Yeah, and part of the reason for that, a tremendous block by Seth Trimble, which denied what would have been a surefire 2 points for Sherry at the rim. Seth Trimble making a big-time defensive play to keep the lead at double figures for the Heels headed into halftime.
Seth Trimble's got a dozen. Jalen Withers has got 10. Elliot Cadeau's got 7 assists. Elon's got 3 players in double figures. 51-39 at the break. Taylor Tannenbaum, Joel Berry, Seth Greenberg on the other side. Welcome back to Chapel Hill. We're ready for half number 2. Number 9, North Carolina making their debut tonight. They lead Elon 51-39, and we get ready for half number 2. Best point about first games, coaches get lots of teaching points, don't they?
They absolutely do. And when you think about this one for North Carolina, it's sharing the basketball. Sharing is carrying 13 assists, only 1 turnover. Hubert Davis said that was going to be a key. And Billy Taylor liked the way his team was sharing the basketball coming in. They weren't able to have that type of success against this Carolina defense.
Carolina ended the half, by the way, on a 7-0 run. Tar Heels put 3 guys in double figures. Elon put 3 guys in double figures. Carolina had 12 from Trimble, 10 from Withers. Hey now, Elliot Cadeau, 7 assists, Corey.
Think about the great assist men that have worn the Carolina blue. Ed Cota, who left the game as the all-time leader in assists. Kendall Marshall, even though he only played 2 years, was on his way to being able to track that down.
One over there sitting on the bench, Marcus Page.
Marcus Page was a scorer.
Okay, sorry. Marcus Page. Jeff Lebo, you want to go for assists there too?
Oh, no.
No assists.
Lebo was an absolute shooter. Yeah. Marcus Page with 299 threes.
Yeah.
Is probably going to be tracked down by one R.J. Davis in this all, but right now Marcus Page, the all-time leader in 3-point field goals here in Carolina.
Yeah. Elon's got the ball, trailing 12 as we start the second half of this 26 meeting between the two schools. Series dates all the way back, by the way, to January of 1912. Got knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Phoenix. And Roger Ayers, Trey Steins, and Mike Kitts getting a little housework done out of the corner. There's Hubert Davis with wisdom in his beard. Got a lot of wisdom in the beard.
Yeah. Proverbs 16:33. That's what I call it. Wisdom.
Yeah.
I have a lot of it, at least on the top. It's in the beard, too. I just shave it down.
I understand.
Shaved it down for TV.
Thank you.
Yeah, because it was there this morning.
It was. I hear you. Of course, the ACC Coach of the Year a season ago at his alma mater. Here is Andrew King. And he'll flip it in with the right hand. First points for King, who was at UIC last year, but only played 2 ball games for the Flames. 2 years ago, he was at Houston Christian, where he averaged 9 points, 5 assists, and shot 44% from the floor as a freshman. Van Komen, the rebound of the Tar Heel miss. And here is Takai Simpkins. Nick Dorn. A little bit of a Carolina legacy as well. He misses on the 3. And the Tar Heels with the 10-point lead. Here's Trimble. Oh, nice drive. Couldn't finish. Washington tried to keep it alive. Finally, Dorn and Elon collect. King. And now to Simpkins. And Seth Trimble defending.
This has been a great matchup thus far throughout this game. Sherry's had a strong performance and continues his strong performance.
12 for Sherry, who averaged 9 a year ago. And I tell you what, the addition of Matthew Van Komen, one of the big beneficiaries is going to be Sam Sherry. And there's Jalen Washington's first points of the night.
I can tell you right now, that's not something that Van Komen saw last year when he was playing at Hawaii Pacific, though.
No, not that.
A drop off and see an athlete like Jalen Washington coming with the hammer.
Yep. Simpkins got caught in traffic. Look at Dorn. Well, Nick Dorn, who had a terrific season a year ago, all rookie in the CAA. 7 to shoot. Now Simpkins lost the handle on it. He'll collect with 3. He'll pull up from Eastern North Carolina and missed. Withers the rebound. Here's Carolina
going up again.
RJ will take it himself.
Smart play by RJ Davis. Simpkins waiting. He's already seen Seth Trimble collect one highlight already. Doesn't want to give that one up. And of course concedes the layup to the ACC's preseason player of the year.
9 now for RJ Davis. And the baseline drive, and King going to draw the foul. I think Elliot Cadeau picking up a personal here for the Tar Heels. It'll be his first of the half on Carolina.
Elliot Cadeau attacking the paint, dropping it off. Jalen Washington got a layup blocked earlier, was not getting that one blocked. And then you see Simpkins just waiting back, did not want to see another lob to Trimble, so just allows RJ Davis to go in and lay it up. At least that way he won't find himself on SportsCenter tonight.
Free throw is good for King. Corey, I'm reminded we talked with Billy Taylor before the game as Isaac Carroll reports back for Elon about the player development aspect of his program. And then we talk about the portal and the intentionality that goes into it, where in basketball, guys are looking for players who can do specific things, play specific positions. And it fascinates me a little bit about how maybe that has calmed the portal down. A lot of guys still in it, but the functionality of it seems to have firmed up a little bit.
But one of the issues with the portal and the ability to be able to transfer anywhere as many times as you want, for a guy like Sherry who comes out and has a performance like this against North Carolina,
right?
Now you have other schools looking to say, if you can do this against North Carolina, maybe you can do it for North Carolina. Right. And that's one of the issues that, mid-major programs have, is oftentimes when they play these non-conference games, and you see a guy having a performance like this, right, coaches say he can play at the highest level.
Here's Washington again for a dunk. Well, 6 quick baskets, or 6 quick points on 3 baskets for Jalen Washington.
And that was one of the concerns, is do they have that guy when you attack the paint to drop it off to, that they've had for the last 5 seasons with Armando Bacot, that can finish. Jalen Washington showing he can be that guy here in the second half.
12-point lead. Dorn against Cadeau. 7 to shoot for the Phoenix. King, kick out. Dorn with the shot clock going off, and it missed everything.
And another strong defensive stand by the University of North Carolina. Hubert Davis loves it, as the crowd here late night in the Dean Dome is excited not only about what they're seeing on the defensive end, but also Jalen Washington finishing strong on the offensive end.
While we look at the huddles of Hubert Davis and Billy Taylor, they're meeting here for the first time tonight as coaches, but this is not their first meeting, Corey. We found this. We got to go into fouls every once in a while, folks. Let's take it back to January 11th, 1992, Madison Square Garden in New York. Billy Taylor playing for John McLeod in Notre Dame, and Hubert Davis playing for Dean Smith in North Carolina. There's Billy Taylor's line, 2 points, a couple of rebounds in 22 minutes. Only took 4 shots, very, very efficient. Hubert Davis went for 22, hit 3 threes, had 4 rebounds. Notre Dame, the upset win, Corey, over North Carolina. Now the guy above Billy Taylor in the scoring line, LaFonso Ellis, 31 and 11.
Hubert Davis said that they actually put Fonz in the NBA on that one. I believe he was going anyway. However, the number 5 pick in the 92 draft went to work against the Heels in the Garden.
Yeah. But wait, we've got more on this. Here's a Davis 3. And the rebound for Isaac Harrell. And Tawan Simpkins and twin brother TK play at the same time here for Coach Taylor's club, along with Nick Dorn. And Braden Crump on the floor, who got some nice minutes in the opening half.
That's a missed opportunity. Missed opportunity for the Phoenix because Crump set the screen, relocated to beyond the three-point arc, had a wide open look. We've seen him knock one down. Simpkins did not get him the basketball.
Ben Lubin, first foul, second on Carolina. Free throws coming here for Tawan Simpkins, who spent last year at Northwest Florida State Junior College, averaged 15 points a game, 46% from the floor.
Now, I've been trying to figure this one out. Okay. Both players played at Northwest Florida State Junior College 2 seasons ago. They were teammates in the 2022-23 season.
That is correct.
Right? Of course, TK comes to Elon.
Played last year.
Played last year. Right. But Tawan was not there. He was still at Northwest Florida State.
Right.
Were they... Did TK only play 1 year there? Is that the way that works?
That is correct.
That is correct. Okay,
so
it took Tawan 2 years.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
Okay.
And so,
which means that they were both qualifiers.
Yes.
Absolutely academically coming out, which have to be going to a great school like Elon.
Yep.
So they were both academically strong. Tawan just felt like he needed more time.
There was a rebound off the miss, correct. And the beneficiary of this is Billy Taylor's program, who had TK last year, and everybody saw the numbers he put up, right? Nearly 14 a game with 5 rebounds. Tawan comes in, same size, same structure, but they can play together, which is great for Billy Taylor, confusing only for broadcasters. Here's a 3 ball from out front. R.J. Davis strong with that. And Cade Tyson, nice job in the deep corner to give Carolina a second chance.
If Cade Tyson is anywhere near the rebounder that his older brother Hunter is, North Carolina will be just fine. The offensive rebound by Cade Tyson gets him a second chance opportunity, and Elliot Cadeau knocks down his 3rd triple.
Cadeau only hit 10 threes a year ago. He's got 2 tonight and 11 points. He may have a double-double out of this here pretty quick, because he had 7 assists at the half. He's already got 1 here in the second half.
Great job defensively once again by North Carolina. You're seeing what Hubert Davis wants to be the calling card of this team, turning defense into offense.
Trimble spinning inside, cannot get around TK. Kick out for Davis. 3 ball spins out. We're going to get a foul on Carolina. And then Lubin picks up his 2nd and the 3rd on the Tar Heels. Don't forget, football coverage is punctuated by the ACC Huddle. Live from Pittsburgh. Special time, 2 o'clock Eastern time. And then they'll rejoin you after NC State and Duke to get you ready for Pitt and Virginia on Saturday night. Taylor Tannenbaum, E.J. Manuel, Eric McLean, Eddie Royal, Coach Richt, all will be there at Acrisure Stadium for our coverage of ACC Huddle. And then, of course, ACC Huddle after dark, which follows the primetime game.
Okay. That's like the special VIP invitation.
That's the full day.
There you go.
All of it. The big package. 7 on the clock to shoot. Harrell working on Tyson. Fall away.
Great shot defensively by Tyson.
Yep. And here's Cadeau.
The gamble.
Yep. All the way. And the scoop. Rimmed out. And Harrell ripped it away and saved it. Carolina bench thought he stepped out of bounds. Tawan against Tyson and the basket.
That's a tough bucket right there by 2.
Yep.
Tawan Simpkins, not to be confused by 3. Brother TK. Tawan going strong to the rim. And just like that now, an 11-point game. As you see Simpkins get to the rim, absorb the contact, finishes with the left hand. And Sherry celebrating his new teammate's ability to finish and get to the free throw line for the opportunity with 3-point play.
So the Carolina lead 11. with about 6:40 gone in this second half. And here is Tawan Simpkins, who's 2 for 2 already at the line and a half, making 3 for 3. He's got 5.5, 8 in the ball game. And the lead back to 10.
And Billy Taylor switching it up once again. The three-quarter court pressure defensively. Just slowing down North Carolina off the free throws, not allowing them to get out and push the basketball, and then dropping back into the zone.
Drake Powell on the floor for the first time in the second half with Cade Tyson. How about Cadeau out of the post? R.J. Davis had it blocked partially by TK, and that'll be 3 free throws for R.J. Davis. TK Simpkins, it'll be his first. It's the first of the half on the Phoenix of Billy Taylor. I think TK went to Billy Taylor to say, I'm not sure I got him. I think Billy said you did. And he just walked by Trey Stein and said, that was on me. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah.
Great coaching.
Here is 3 free throws for R.J. Davis. I did a little math earlier today that I shared with you. So R.J. Davis comes into the ball game with about, well, with the chance to become Carolina's all-time leading scorer. He will have to, if Carolina plays 35 games this year, which is the average number of games R.J. Davis has played in his first 4 years, he will have to average 22.5 points to become Carolina's all-time leading scorer. That's the simple statement here in game 1.
Okay, now, if that happens and he scores 785 points and becomes North Carolina's all-time leading scorer as well as the ACC's all-time leading scorer, right? Is there an asterisk beside it because he took 5 years?
I understand that, and you and I both respect the history of the league. Here's a deep 3 from out on the left. My goodness, Isaac Harrell hit 11 of them last year, and that's his first basket of the night. And he was almost over there in Greg Horenda's lap, coaching on the bench. Elon back to a 10-point deficit. Corey, I think we're going to have to watch it unfold. Yeah, is there an asterisk to it? Probably by most. There's Tyson's first points as a Tar Heel. But it's a discussion point that's going to happen through the regular season because not many guys can go to that neighborhood. 4 years, 5 years, however it happens.
Agreed. I'm just glad he got over 2,000 so we don't have to listen to his dad Robert talk about being a 2,000-point scorer. And we can tell him, that, oh, yeah, RJ got 2,000 as well. No big deal.
Yeah. Well, his dad was a tremendous scorer at Mercyhurst. 5 to shoot. TK Simpkins, fall away good. 14 for TK.
And Elon's not going away. And you can't say that North Carolina has played bad. Elon, I think, has a chance to be, you know, have a fighting chance in the CAA this season. If they play like this against their CAA competition, they're going to have a chance each and every night because they're giving North Carolina everything they can handle here on the road.
Then Alan Lubin looking for room against Sherry. Finally just pushed it up, wouldn't go. Harrell the rebound, and the Phoenix can get it to single digits here.
And Billy Taylor's done a great job of switching up defenses to keep North Carolina uncomfortable on the offensive end of the floor.
Tawan for TK. Sherry tried to get the backdoor cut, turned it over. Nice hand in the pass lane by Ben Allen Lubin, and now Trimble on the drive. R.J. Davis to clean it up and draw the foul. So that'll get us to a timeout. Just better than 9 gone second half in Chapel Hill. Tar Heels by 10. Well, TK Simpkins came in as a preseason second-team pick in the All-CAA, Corey. He played first-team material tonight.
He absolutely has, and he has been aggressive, pulling up a 3, attacking the basket, and more importantly, getting after it defensively, taking on the challenge of defending the ACC's preseason player of the year and also going back at him on the other end of the floor.
Yeah. And if you're Billy Taylor, you played basically 30 minutes of basketball on it. You got to be pretty encouraged for a team that went, you know, 13-19 a year ago, won a third of their games in the CAA. You've accounted for yourself pretty well against the nation's #9 team.
Well, and Billy Taylor told us earlier, this is a time where you find out a lot about your team. Of course, being able to see, and he made it very clear, this is just one game. But this one game can tell us a lot about our team.
Yeah.
And what he's seeing right now is his team has a lot of fight in them, as we see Simpkins being tended to on the bench.
Yep. R.J. Davis has got now 6.5, 13 in the ball game.
And that would be TK being tended to on the bench.
Not quite sure if that's got a cramp or we don't know. The basketball trainer is Shayna Sandakaratis. In her third year,
Did you practice that?
I did.
Okay.
And she's over there tending to TK Simpkins. Andrew King's on the floor with Tawan Simpkins. Matthew Van Coleman at 7'4" has come back. And Braden Crump, and there's a drive and score for Tawan.
And once again, Tawan Simpkins attacking Jalen Washington. Not a lot of rim protection right now for North Carolina. Washington offensively skilled.
Trumbull a three. Long rebound. Withers back strong on Van Coleman, couldn't finish. Crump battling at the glass. And Simpkins out of there for Elon.
A chance to get this into single digits. Turnover. Great job defensively by Trumbull.
Powell and Cadeau. Trumbull to the rack. Couldn't finish. Van Coleman the rebound. Tar Heels thought he might have gotten fouled. King spinning into traffic. Here's Simpkins. 10 minutes to go in the ball game here in Chapel Hill. 10-point lead for number 9 North Carolina. Bounce pass. Van Coleman lost the handle on it. Out of bounds. Last touch by Elon. So quick reminder to you. After the night's opening night doubleheader, tripleheader, if you count Notre Dame women at 5 o'clock this afternoon, we've got Friday night basketball, Army and Duke at Cameron at 6 o'clock, followed by number 12 Tennessee in Louisville. That's high noon Saturday on ACC Network and the ESPN app. The Vols and the Cards. A little bit of an early taste with the SEC and the ACC.
That's the Allen Houston game. Of course, Wade Houston, the head coach, who coached Allen at Tennessee, but grew up in Louisville Ballard High School.
Well, he was good. Foul line Washington. Ian Jackson a three. Strong. And Trumbull couldn't handle it before it went over the inline out of bounds.
Ian Jackson just checking into the game. Tough spot to be in. You have to take that three, but just checking into the game. First opportunity to touch the basketball, you're wide open for a three. A little off on that one.
Yep. So Tawan Simpkins playing with Isaac Harrell. Here's Nick Dorn out of the corner. Three rattled out.
This is speed right here.
Ian Jackson to the basket. Couldn't finish. And boy, heady play by Withers. Almost knocked it away from Harrell. There goes Tawan Simpkins back the other way.
Tawan Simpkins making the most of his debut in the Elon Phoenix uniform.
Got a dozen now, and 2 of them strong to the rack.
His brother's being tended to on the bench. Tawan letting him know, I'll take care of business until you can get back.
Withers couldn't finish. Harrell the rebound. Phoenix to within 8. Skip for Tawan. 3 is blocked. Recovered it. Dorn for the triple. Got it. Nick Dorn's got 14. Elon to within 5. (69-61) with 8:27 to go.
Billy Taylor made it plain and simple. I did not want my team to come in awe, starstruck of playing in the Ding Dome. And the Phoenix have not been that. They have been fighting.
And I think there's a discussion here. It's a double foul possibility, maybe. Let's see.
The previous play is under review.
So there's a review here. 8:27 to go. 5-point game. Well, the foul was on Jalen Washington. He and Matthew Van Coleman off the ball here. You'll see the 3 by Dorn got us to the timeout. And you see Washington the shove of Van Coleman. But it's called a common foul. The reason for the monitor was to determine if there was anything else in it.
My concern is it seemed to happen at the same time as the ball's going through the basket.
Right.
Which means that I would have thought it would have been a one free throw and add on to that possession because it wasn't the next possession yet.
Yeah.
No, I'm no referee, even though oftentimes I play one on TV.
Tawan Simpkins on the drive, and it's a three-point game.
Tawan Simpkins has had himself a second half
Sure
here,
has.
stepping up in the absence of his twin brother, watching from the sideline.
11 and a half, 14 in the game for Simpkins. 69-66 the score, under 8 to go. Cadeau, Ian Jackson out front, Trimble. Here's Jackson with 5 to shoot. All the way back through, took the contact, lost it. Withers had it rejected by Van Coleman. A 3 will tie the game. Here is Crump. Dorn, and 10 to shoot for Tawan Simpkins. Dorn with Cadeau defending out of the corner, spins it in. It's a 3 and we're tied. 17 for Nick Dorn, a pair of threes here in the second half, 69 all.
And this zone defensively has stifled North Carolina on their offensive end.
And Withers draws the foul.
Great ball movement by the Phoenix. But this is just an absolute individual play by Dorn, going to his left to step back, getting his feet behind the three-point arc and knocking down a big 3 to tie the game.
Nick Dorn, whose dad was a All-ACC football player at Carolina. His younger brother, or older brother, Torrin Dorn, played at NC State. And now turned over by Carolina. Elon with a chance to lead. There goes Simpkins, got it swatted out in a foul. And the foul is on Withers. It'll be his second, 6th on Carolina.
You see Simpkins just continuing to attack. Withers gets him with the body coming across. Great angle on that one. At first I didn't see the foul, but the second angle you absolutely see the contact. Roger Ayers right on top of the call.
And Simpkins puts Elon in front for the first time since it was 1917.
And that was at the second timeout of the game with 11:58 remaining in this game, where Elon was able to make a run with Elliot Cadeau on the bench.
And now it's a 2-point Phoenix lead, and back to the zone goes Billy Taylor's team.
Yeah, and again, it's been successful. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Here's R.J. Davis, a floater, tied up again.
And R.J. Davis hasn't had his loud game that we're used to seeing from him, especially in this building. But now it's R.J.'s time, under 7 minutes.
How about Simpkins had it blocked?
And numbers for Carolina.
Yep. Here's Davis into traffic for Withers. R.J. Davis got it. Davis with 19. Carolina back in front. And Billy Taylor a timeout.
WD, we've seen this movie before. We just said it, the last possession. He hasn't had the loud game that we're used to seeing from R.J. Davis. However, it's R.J. time. Under 7 minutes, when it's crunch time, he shows up at his best.
Opening night in Chapel Hill, Carolina just saw their lead whittled away. And when they needed help, they called for 4.
And the majority of the run happened with R.J. Davis on the bench. Insert R.J., insert offense, right? 5 straight points for R.J. Davis to regain the lead for the Tar Heels. Hasn't shot the basketball extremely well, only 5 of 15 from the 4, but 0 turnovers to his 5 assists. Played a great floor game, as well as leading North Carolina in scoring.
So Elon trailing 3 after the triple from Davis. Billy Taylor, 1 timeout left to go. Here's Dorn with 10 to shoot. Sophomore from Charlotte's been good tonight. Sherry for the tie. Too strong. And R.J. Davis collects.
Billy Taylor going to stay with the zone right now. North Carolina's really been able to benefit in transition. The zone has been good for Elon defensively.
Long rebound. Kate Tyson had a shot with Crump. Crump thought Tyson touched it. It will stay with the Tar Heels with 20 to shoot. And on the baseline, Cadeau will put it in play. Goes to Tyson and Davis. The three guards are out there. Here's Cadeau, a standing three. Oh, my heavens.
He wouldn't have taken that shot a season ago. But you can see Elliot Cadeau has put the work in, confident, knocks down the third three-point field goal for him on the evening.
77-71.
Got him.
8-0 run. Cadeau the steal. He's got Washington. And Sherry slapped it off the glass. Cadeau hit the stanchion.
And that's going to be a flagrant
foul on Sherry.
And I believe the flagrant has more to do with the windup.
Yep. A flagrant on Sam Sherry.
But when you see Sherry go to block the shot, look at the windup, bringing the arm back and then following through. Now that I look at it from that angle, it doesn't look as bad. This may be
previous
one
play
I
is
can see
under
right
review.
there. Going over and saying there was no longer a flagrant foul. The result of the fall was much worse than the intent.
Oh. Elliot Cadeau, okay. Our guy Ryan was down there below the basket to our left as well.
The fall looked very ugly.
I agree.
And which is great that the officials can go over and review it. I'm not sure they come back from this and just say common foul, shoot 2 free throws and move on, because although there was a windup, he actually does go after the basketball. He doesn't go after the body. As you see the left arm of Sherry go through and it gets the basketball. That's where he blocks the shot. The fall looks bad, but it's going after the basketball. That looks like a common foul to me.
Right. And if so, that'll be 2 free throws for Elliot Cadeau, a foul on Sam Sherry, and that's it. Now, Elon has 4 team fouls here in the second half. The question is this just 2 free throws, or is this 2 free throws and the basketball?
Yeah. Oftentimes when you see that windup, and if it makes contact with the head or above the shoulders, that's where you see the flagrant foul. The windup, I believe, is the reason why Roger Ayers called the flagrant at the beginning.
Right.
But after seeing the review, I could see it being just a common foul.
They're going to bring Hubert Davis and Billy Taylor to the table, and Roger Ayers, a discussion with them. Mike Kitts is going to talk to Corey here. So he's talking to Corey. What'd you get there?
It's going to be an F1. Surprising to me, but after the review, they look at it and see it is a flagrant 1 foul.
So Sherry will pick up the foul, and that will be
After review, the ruling on the
second.
floor has been confirmed. F1. It'll be 2 shots and the ball.
And it absolutely has to be because of the windup. And the result, the fall made it look worse than I believe the contact actually was.
All right, and here's the difference. F1, excessive and or unnecessary, not a legitimate play on the ball. Hold or push from behind. Cadeau missed the first one.
Now, the hold or push from behind absolutely could have been a part of it. So when you look at the letter of the law, that really could have been where it was, because he's chasing him down.
Right.
So maybe that's where the excessive contact was.
9-0 run. Cadeau got the back end. Tar Heels will have the ball here with 5 even to go. We said at the half, the reason coaches like first games is they get a lot of tape. They can work through their team, find out what it's like when the lights are on. Well, both schools have seen the lights go bright and dark here tonight. Davis inside. Washington, the shot fake and the score.
Nice play by Washington there, but the difference with Sherry being the rim protector in comparison to Van Coleman, who's 7'4", allows Washington to get the easy bucket.
Van Coleman on the Elon bench. And we get a foul on Trimble, I believe here. Yep, it'll be on Seth Trimble against Nick Dorn. That'll be his first and the 7th on Carolina.
R.J. Davis, we talked about early in the game, even though he averaged over 20 a game last year, he's going to be called upon to be more of a playmaker this season. Right. Getting his teammates involved is a great job there, finding Washington with the dump off.
So 1-1 now for Nick Dorn. Dorn was double figures, Corey, a year ago as a freshman, 14 times for Elon out of Chambers High School in Charlotte. And a free throw too strong. Cade Tyson the rebound. Billy Taylor's team, if they want to pull an upset, can't afford to have free ones go by the board.
No, you absolutely cannot, especially with North Carolina on the run that they're on at this point.
And turned over there. Harrell away. 9-point game. 4th turnover on Carolina. Here's King underneath. Forced it up. Too strong. Washington the rebound. So T.K. Simpkins back on the floor for Coach Taylor. As we go inside 4 minutes to go. R.J. Davis is the guy that sparked Carolina when they trailed and it was tied a few moments ago. Now Harrell out to defend him with 10 on the shot clock. A 3 away. Van Coleman the rebound. Hubert Davis has 3 timeouts left. Billy Taylor 1. The pull-up no good. And Van Coleman to the deck to get the rebound. Tried to save it. Lost it again. They scramble for it. And a held ball will go to Carolina here.
How about this young man's story? Matthew Van Coleman in his 6th year of college basketball. He's learned to love this game through adversity.
Yeah.
And you can see it showing up here in the Dean Dome for the Phoenix tonight.
You see Carolina 80, Elon 71. Here's a look at our game summary. The Tar Heels went on an 11-0 run over a 3:06 swing here just moments ago to take a game that was tied, and they actually trailed here in the second half. T.K. Simpkins in his first game in an Elon jersey has been terrific, and so is the Phoenix shooting the ball in the second half, Corey.
They absolutely have been, and Tawan Simpkins, the twin brother, has had the second half. T.K. carried him in the first half, so it's been the Simpkins twins who's done the job for the Phoenix, but Elon getting a number of great productions up front. Matthew Van Coleman, the transfer from Hawaii Pacific, doing a great job protecting the rim. Sam Sherry has been spectacular, but of course, whenever you're talking North Carolina, you got to start with the preseason player of the year, R.J. Davis.
There's a lob, and Cadeau airmailed it for Washington. So it stays a 9-point game.
Only the 3rd turnover for Cadeau, who's handled the basketball so well. 8 assists, but 7 of those assists coming in the first half. The zone defensively has done a very good job of keeping him away from being able to make plays for the Heels.
Elon had it 71-69. They had the lead, and they've been on a scoring drought now about 3.5 minutes. This is Tawan Simpkins to his twin brother T.K. with 10 to shoot. Boy, R.J. Davis has extended the pressure, and there goes T.K. on the drive and cleaned up inside and scored by Tawan.
And Tawan continues a strong second half performance in his debut.
18 now. It's big time basketball, nothing but a thing for Tawan. Career high. Trimble. Cade Tyson with 10 to shoot. Back to Davis. 7-point game. Tyson now to Davis with 3. Shot clock winding down, and he gets the rattler on the runner.
Once again, R.J. Davis making plays when the Tar Heels needed up to 21 points, averaged 21.2 a season ago. And even though it hasn't been a great shooting game for R.J., he's made plays when his teams needed it most.
15 to shoot, 2:06 to play. Sherry against Jalen Washington. Remember, Van Coleman off the floor. And Did they lose possession? They did. Cadeau with the turnover. Under 2 to play. Bounce pass for Davis. And he'll wheel back out and gun for 3. 24 now for R.J. Davis. And Billy Taylor's last timeout with 1:45 to go. And now a 12-point Carolina lead. And Hubert Davis has R.J. Davis hitting big buckets now.
Well, R.J. getting into the paint, attacking, using the soft touch in the Carolina blue to get the bucket, and then doesn't want the paint points this time. Steps it out from beyond the 3. Only 3 of 11, but a big one there as a separator for the Heels.
24-point game for R.J. Davis. 17 in the second half. And the Carolina lead a dozen. Remember, the Tar Heels are. This is game 1, and then Friday night they're at Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, a game you can see on ESPN2. And boy, Elon has thrown some strong punches here tonight, but Billy Taylor's team has seen Carolina go on a 16-2 run here.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of these runs, of course, growing up in this building with your father, Woody, calling so many games. And, of course, Elon has to show out with you in the building. Elon alum, as well as
my brother,
your brother Taylor, on the 1s and 2s, the voice of the Phoenix.
Yep.
Of course, my favorite, Mama D at home, very proud watching her boys.
Yeah, Miss Jean. She would rather listen to you tonight than be at the game. And we had fun earlier tonight. They're very kind to do this. Of course, a couple of years ago they named the Communications and New Media building after our dad, and so tonight we stepped inside the building where they've done some great graphic work on the walls there. Mom, you haven't seen this yet. You're going to see it soon, but TD and I got a chance to visit tonight, and thanks to everybody at Carolina. It's a special night for us to be able to call the 2 schools. Taylor graduated in '96. I graduated in '88.
And you both were the Flying Christians, or Fighting Christians.
Fighting Christians.
Fighting
Yep.
Christians.
The old nickname. Yep.
Yeah. Are they the Fighting Phoenix now?
No,
just
they
the
are
Phoenix.
sometimes to me because.
Well, they've been the Fighting Phoenix here tonight.
Yeah, they have.
Strong performance from Elon coming in here. Maybe too much separation right now for North Carolina, up 12, but got to give Billy Taylor and his team a lot of credit for the way they battle in this building.
There's a takeaway. Here's Withers ahead for Trimble, and a lob back to the basket. Oh, Hubert Davis took the glasses off. He didn't like that exchange by his club at all.
Time and score. Got to understand the value of the basketball with a minute and a half remaining, a 12-point lead. You like the highlight plays, but you don't need it at that point of the game.
Yep.
But Seth Trimble goes and gets the steal defensively. He gets it all back.
Yep. So Cadeau will hold it out here as we work to a minute to play. Well, one of your old buddies, Richard Morgan and Bluefield, next on Elon's ledger, huh?
Yes, they are. Richard Morgan, of course, loved playing in this building.
Yes, he did.
So that's going to be a reset of the shot clock. The pass attempt
Hit the rim.
cross court hit the rim, which means that there has to be a reset of the shot clock.
Trey Steins to the table to handle that for us.
So now here's the problem. If you're Jalen Withers, is that a shot attempt? Has to be scored as a shot attempt, right?
Cadeau on the drive and the basket. And a timeout taken at the Carolina bench. Cadeau's got 16 now in the ball game. Hubert Davis uses a timeout here, and he'll come talk to his team and step right into the huddle.
And Hubert Davis not happy with his team. It's really the execution of the last possession where they throw the lob and it ends up being a turnover. You can see Hubert emphatic in the huddle, wanting his team to finish the right way and play this game the right way. Said what he needed to say and got out of the huddle to make sure his team finishes it very well.
Yep. So Carolina is going to win here. They will beat Elon for a 5th time since this series resumed in 2011, Corey. The last game prior to 2011 between these two institutions was 1950.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Let me see. Can you name, because you have the history book in your head, can you name any of the greats from the 1950 Carolina team? Because that was, of course, Coach McGuire in 50.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Here is kick in the corner, and that's Harrell for three. Isaac Harrell knocks down his second field goal. Both triples here in the second half. I don't know. You may have to save that one for our next visit.
Okay.
In a couple weeks.
All right.
50 not off the top of my head.
Is that 59? I know Lenny was it.
No, 57 was Lynn Rosenbluth.
Yeah. 57 was Rosenbluth.
Sure was. Well, Hubert Davis is going to win it here tonight. And Carolina go to 1-0 on the visit to Kansas. Billy Taylor's team. It's a hard-fought night for the Phoenix.
It really has been. And you've got to take a lot of positives away from this if you're the Phoenix. North Carolina getting the win. I'm not sure Hubert Davis will be happy with the way they finished the game, but I think he will like a lot of defensive effort from his team.
And Nick Doran's shot blocked, and Carolina going to win 90-76. A lot of respect between the two coaches who wish each other well, not just in their next game, but the rest of the way. Corey, impressive, though, when Carolina got backed up here in the second half, R.J. Davis led the charge.
You see the response from North Carolina. They go down, but just like that, R.J. Davis comes in, makes a couple plays, and all of a sudden it's a 13-0 run in North Carolina's favor to have the separation to win this game.
Tar Heels are winners. 90-76 is the final. Thanks to Lauren George, our producer, Evan Badler, our director. For Corey Alexander, West Durham, and Chapel Hill. Let's visit with Taylor Tannenbaum and Joel Berry.